doing?
This caller ID stuff is going to take some getting used to.
I'm here too, Nan. What's going on?
There's a private cemetery in the woods out back. Malone and his dogs are supposedly buried there.
Creepy.
And there were paw prints in the cemetery. Fresh paw prints.
Are you sure you're going to be all right there by yourself? We'd volunteer to drive out there and keep you company, but unfortunately my car's in the shop, and you know what a scaredy cat George is.
That's okay. There's really no room, and believe me, living conditions here are pretty primitive.
Scaredy cat, huh? You're gonna pay for that remark, dear cousin.
I could sure use a nice big
We
hint
can't
right
right
about
about
now.
Is there any doubt what you should do next? Go introduce yourself to that park ranger.
Just because the man wears a uniform doesn't automatically mean he's cute, Bess.
It never hurts, George. It never hurts.
Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta.
Ciao for now.
Hello, can I help you?
Just gonna say...
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm visiting the woman who bought the old Malone place, Sally McDonald. Do you know her?
Sally McDonald? Yes, I've had occasion to write her up once or twice.
You find her for something?
She littered. Food items, as I recall. An apple core, crust of bread, something like that. She tried to argue that the animals would eat them, but litter is litter. And besides, feeding the wildlife is also illegal.
Sounds like you take your job very seriously.
Being a park ranger can be a thankless job, Ms. Drew. But I know that every time I enforce a rule, I'm helping to preserve some plant or animal, however minute, for future generations of park-goers.
What do you know about the pack of dogs that's been terrorizing Sally? They've scared her so bad that she's gone to her aunt's in Philadelphia.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
So you know the legend?
I know almost everything about this area. Not only have I lived here all my life, but you're standing in the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I'm its equally unofficial curator.
You okay?
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Does everyone out here have a well?
Everyone who doesn't want to die of thirst does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Okay, so you care a lot about preserving wildlife, but not so much about history.
Is Malone buried there?
That's the rumor.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
He seems pretty harmless to me.
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best birdwatching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
No, that would cause way too much noise and scare away all the birds, so he would not want to do that.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Akers.
Hantavirus. There are several types of hantaviruses, but hantavirus pulmonary syndrome can cause acute respiratory failure and death. The rodent most likely to transmit the disease to humans is the deer mouse. See deer mouse. A deer mouse infected with the hantavirus does not act or appear sick. Infection occurs when tiny particles from deer mouse saliva, urine, and droppings containing the virus are kicked up into the air. A process called aerosolization and inhaled. Early symptoms of HPS can occur Anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks after exposure. Fatigue, fever, muscle aches, headaches, chills, abdominal problems. Avoid these areas, never sweep. Wear a respiratory mask. Move dirt from the area with a damp towel, mop, or sponge. Giardiasis? Oh, giardiasis. Okay. Beaver fever. Is an illness caused by a parasite, Giardia, that lives in the intestines of people and animals. These hard-shelled cysts are expelled into the environment. Diarrhea, abdominal cramps, stomach upset. Never drink untreated water. Very contagious. Heat the water to a rolling boil at least 1 minute. Lyme disease. Cluster of arthritis cases in 1977 led to the identification of the disease. It's an infection caused by a bacterium carried by deer ticks. Forest fire prevention. It's up to the people using our nation's parks and forest lands to prevent forest fires. Only you can prevent forest fires. While some fires are started by lightning, the most devastating fires tend to be started by human carelessness. Use common sense. Blah blah. Don't smoke. Don't light fires, apparently. What's in a name? Moon Lake is an apt moniker for this crescent-shaped freshwater lake. One of Pennsylvania's best-kept secrets, the lake is home to various species of fish, including trout, carp, and freshwater bass. Fishing is permitted with a fishing license. Welcome to Moon Lake State Park. Drop by the visitor center and say hi to our local ranger, or our park ranger. The center provides all your needed information for fun and enjoyable time at Moon Lake. That is a skunk. Okay.
I probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
Guess not. The lake is too far from any major city. Water can be contaminated by chemicals. Okay, I don't think any of this is really important. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that is pretty. Okay. 1932, when the United States was in the throes of the Great Depression, presidential candidate Franklin D. Roosevelt recognized that the country was facing two very serious problems. Its natural resources were rapidly being destroyed by soil erosion and deforestation, and thousands of able-bodied men were unemployed and desperately looking for work. So when he was elected, Roosevelt immediately compelled Congress to pass the Emergency Conservation Work Act, called for the establishment of a peacetime army of men who, stationed at various camps throughout the country, would undertake work projects that would save and revitalize the nation's forests while allowing the men to earn much-needed paychecks. Okay. Moon Lake, Pennsylvania Logging Company. Moon Lake School Teachers and Students, 1905. Moon Lake, Pennsylvania Logging Company in the winter of, is that 1888? Park Ranger Francis Bacon Grits and his wife Zelda Strawberry. Moon Lake North Area Development, 1913. I thought that said Ravioli Brothers and I got real excited. God, I love these games, but sometimes they just have the stupidest sound effects. Oh, right.
I don't need water right now.
Well, screw it.
I don't need water right now.
I just have to give this right back to Ranger Acres, right?
You're back.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for all your help.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like?
Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying, Park Ranger? Is he cute?
Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what would be the point? Anyway, Nancy, you were saying?
Well, he seems like an okay guy, but frankly, nobody around here seems to like him very much.
Why's that?
He takes his job very seriously, which tends to rub some people the wrong way.
Did you tell him about the ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does
Some
Detective
reason.
Drew think
There
about
has
the
to
dogs?
be a reason.
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole idea.
Somebody had those dogs attack Sally in order to scare her away?
Why would anybody do that? She was there for less than a month.
You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know.
Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Frank and Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where you are and what you're doing, and they're dying to hear from you.
Great. Did they leave a number?
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone.
Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Call them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want to hear from you too.
Yeah, no fair discussing the case with them from now on and not with us.
Though.
Promise you'll keep us up to speed.
I promise. This birdwatcher I met has got me taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Does he live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting.
I really wonder
He's in
what
the
he
woods
does
at
during the
night,
day.
The dogs are in the woods at night.
Could he have had a reason for wanting Sally out of the Malone house?
Maybe. From what Ranger Akers told me, Red would like everybody around here out of their houses. He thinks there's too many people at Moon Lake and it's ruining the bird watching. Ranger Akers called him a fanatic.
Fanatic equals suspect in my book.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Ew, really? Does it taste like rotten eggs?
Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not, because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
Pop Red's tape into the cassette player you got from Emily so you can listen to the birds he wants you to take pictures of.
The sooner you find them, the sooner you can get that nutcase off your back.
Bye, you guys.
Ta-ta!
Ciao for now.
American goldfinch. Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk. Western tanager.
Hello?
Hey, Joe. It's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
Duh.
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
Ow.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and/or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really
Yeah.
smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Emily Griffin doesn't seem to have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her up on your suspect list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe, something tells me we're not helping.
Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house. They've all got headstones inscribed with when they were born and when they died.
That's interesting. Did Malone have family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then who had the tombstones inscribed?
I don't know, but it had to be someone who had access to Malone's house and property after he died.
Sounds like this latest puzzle of yours is still missing a few pieces.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
We can probably come up with a few.
But we're not going to make it easy for you.
After all, it's your case, not ours. No sleeping in for you until you get those bird pictures taken.
Later, guys.
You bet.
Bye, Nancy.
Okay. Oh my god. Did I not come over here at all? I think I completely skipped over that. I'm so defeated right now.
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
12 big, fat, juicy ones, just like you wanted.
Big, fat,
Well,
and juicy,
now,
just
you
like
done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're
I
hiding
would
from
not
won't catch
call
you.
River Heights,
How you
River
holding
Heights a
up?
city, though.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my
Sassy
bird
Drew.
map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
No hurry. How's the bird watching coming along?
See you in a while.
Just remember, eyes open, mouth shut.
I don't think this is the tree Red was Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree.
Kiar.
That sounded like a hawk. I need a camera. Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker. Huh? I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and
God,
free
that
my
is so
hands.
dangerous.
Really wish there was a way that I could undo it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, then this, then that, then this. This time I'm going to do it right. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Which will make that fall. Then I can slip my wrists, apparently.
I can't
And
just
get
let this
out.
thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Good thing I got my handy dandy bucket.
I need a bucket.
Oh, no you don't. I already did that part.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
Why would I do
I
that?
was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up
Okay.
and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to
With what
leave,
water?
just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.